Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I thought that we could talk all about my B6 Stalogy, how and why I'm using it, the cover, everything about it, a little mini flip, all the details. So if that sounds good to you and if you're interested in hearing about it, I hope that you stick around. Before we get started, I would love if you take a second to like and subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated, and let's just hop right into it. Okay, so this cover is a Gillio B6 Appunto in the matte charcoal leather. So it's matte black croco leather all the way around. I really enjoy it. I really like this leather. I've previously had a matte black croco from Gillio, but the matte black croco isn't actually matte. It's like a demi matte. It's not like patent leather, but it's also not as matte as this. It's somewhere in the middle. And I really loved that leather when I had that cover because it was like the most supple. It felt so luxurious. I just moved out of that cover size and I wanted something for my B6. I've always been interested in the charcoal, so when one popped up on the buy sell trade, I hopped on it. So I thought that I would show you the book that's inside it, which is a B6 Stalogy. I've never used a B6 Stalogy before. I've only ever previously used an A6 Stalogy, but I knew that I loved the paper. So when I was thinking about starting a new type of notebook, I knew I wanted to go with a Stalogy. So let's just start off. So if you're new to the channel, I do use a Hobonichi Weeks. I have a daily book in the back, which looks like this, where I'll just write the day and then the to-do list for the day. It kind of stopped working for me. I also am a student, so I found that I needed some places to take notes that weren't on notepads, because what happens is when you use a notepad, you rip the piece of paper off and then you throw it out, or you just have a stack of loose leaf pages. And that was getting really frustrating because I couldn't figure out where all the things were. So I wanted a larger space for my dailies that gave me more freedom to just write and jot information down, that also had a spot for me to write down random notes that I may need to jot down as well. That was in a bound book, so that I wasn't dealing with the loose leaf notepad pages. So anyway, brought me to a notebook. And then I was thinking, okay, I didn't want to do A6. I used an A6 Stalogy for the majority of last year for essentially the same purpose. And although I like the A6 size, I just didn't want to feel cramped. You know, the Hobonichi Weeks is a small planner. It fits everything that I need it to fit, but will forever be an element of it'll only hold so much. Like, you can only fit so much. I just wanted something where I felt like I could write and that there wasn't these like huge constraints to it. So then I was thinking, okay, what about A5? And I currently use an A5 as a journal right now, and I was like, okay, A5 is way too large. Even though I want space, I don't want there to be wasted, like a ton of wasted space, and I don't think I'd be able to fill up an A5 page on the daily. Also, in the past, I've used a Hobonichi Cousin, which is A5, and I really struggled with the daily pages because they were so large. So I was like, okay, let me just get a B6. Like, this is apparently what I think is going to be the happy medium, and I have been truly enjoying it. I've used it this entire past week, and I love it. I love it so much. So I thought, first, I guess I'll walk you through the actual Stalogy, and then I'll go over, how do I want to do this? So first, I think we can talk about the cover. So this is what the B6 Stalogy looks like, the Appunto layout from Hobonichi. So you get square corners. This is a rather chunky clasp compared to other planner companies. And then you also get 2 bookmarks that have their signature round tassels at the bottom. When you open the planner, you get 6 card slots, 6 vertical card slots. And then this like moon-shaped little pocket down here. And then you also get a side slip pocket. You get a pocket here for the front cover of your book, or if you only stick your book in one side, then you just have an additional slip pocket. On the back, you have a mini secretarial pocket. You also have a zip pocket. To be honest, this doesn't fit a lot. Whatever you do put in there has to be flat because it's not gusseted. So yeah. And then you also do get a pen loop, and it is elasticized at the back, so it does fit a variety of different sizes of pens. I'm just so in the habit, I don't like fighting with pen loops. I could probably get this pen in there, even though it has a rubber grip. I'm just so used to using pens at this point that have a clip, like this one, the Sarasa, oh, it's just called the Sarasa clip. So I just clip the pen clip onto the pen loop instead of trying to fit the whole pen in there. So that's kind of the overview of the B6 Apunto model. Oh, you also do get a big back pocket. So I really like that. And I like that on the black models, you get black lining. So yeah. So that is the overview of the B6 Apunto. It's incredibly similar. I think the exact same layout as the Slim Apunto. It's just obviously wider and a little bit taller to accommodate the book, but you get the same number of card slots, same layout, side pocket here, secretarial zip, and a big back pocket, and a slightly raised pen loop that's elasticized. So yeah, I really like the Apunto model. I've tried some other models from other companies, and I just keep coming back to the Apuntos. I love the Gillio leather, but in all honesty, I really do also like their model. So yeah, I am the type of person that likes to shove the cover of my book, front and back covers, into the actual leather cover. I just like the way that feels when I open the book. It doesn't feel like I'm opening like a front leather cover and then a book cover. It feels more together, if that makes sense. So yeah, I just thought I'd kind of walk you through how I set this up. So I just have a clear card, which you guys know, if you're not new around here, that I have a clear card in like all my planners. I use it as like a ruler to cut washi, just a variety of things. I've just got a cloth and paper card, like deco card, a card from Salty 22. This If Found card just has my information on it, and it was a freebie from Caffeine and Paper Co. And then this is a die cut sticker from Sterling Ink. This is a 2022 vinyl from Planner Monkey Co. And then this sticker is a vinyl sticker from Pine and Paper Co. So this is what I put on the like front page, the first spread. This was a business card or thank you card, whatever, it came with an order from Papery Planning. And then this is a vellum from the Planner Spot, and then I stuck a Taylor Swift quote that was from the Amanda Lee Plans and Planner Spot collaboration. No, Amanda Lee Plans and Papery Planning collaboration. You guys see, recently I've been using those a ton in my actual spreads. I love the way that this turned out. When there wasn't this like little script on here, I just felt like it was missing something. As soon as I added that in, I was like, perfect. And then this is a yearly overview from Planner Monkey Co. It's actually a sticker sheet. So like these will peel off, they're sticker sheets. I just cut the sticker sheet down, and I didn't want to actually like figure out exactly how to lay out all the stickers. So I cut off like the Planner Monkey Co. header and just stuck the actual sticker sheet in here. It works, okay? I have no complaints. It's working. And then, so this is like my March spread. So let me preface this by saying I didn't want, like, I really wanted this to just be a notebook, to just be a day per page. I didn't want a calendar spread in here. I didn't want like a structured weekly spread in here. I didn't want to think of this as like really an additional planner. I wanted it to be more so like a desk book, a place that I don't really do forward planning, so I wouldn't need a calendar. I just wanted it to kind of function more so like a notebook. I did go ahead and include a yearly overview just because that's nice to have. I do look at those quite often. And then I included like a monthly cover page essentially. So I printed the Faded Chronicle monthly freebie, which you can get by signing up to her email list, I believe. I do also have a code with her. It's J20 if you want to purchase anything from her shop. Her shop is gorgeous, you guys. She's a rather new shop that I stumbled upon, and I applied for a PR team. So I'm now working with her, but her designs are stunning. So yeah, anyway, so I printed that freebie, and then I literally just have a piece of washi with a March heading so that if something pops in my head that I want to do anytime this month, I just have like a landing page for that information. I haven't put due date, deadlines, or appointments. None of that's in here. My main planner is my Hobonichi Weeks. That's not changing. This is just the notebook that sits on my desk and holds a bunch of random information. So I've been doing, I talked about this in my last plan with me, but I've essentially been doing my pre-plans. So I'll sit down and like lay out all of the things that I have going on for the week, and I use this messy pre-plan when I'm filming the actual pre-plan in my weeks. It gives me a spot to just dump all the information, all the things that I know that are going on in the week, and then I can neatly organize them in my Hobonichi Weeks. I was concerned that if I had a weekly spread in here and then dailies, that I would just start using the weekly spread and I would, like, my Hobonichi Weeks would slowly fall off. But what I've noticed is that even though I did this pre-plan in here and I essentially have a weekly view set up in here, I haven't been referring to it. I haven't been adding to this to-do list, even though there's space. I essentially used it as a pre-planning sheet, and I haven't touched it since. And I've been adjusting my actual weekly planner, which is exactly what I wanted. I don't want my Hobonichi Weeks to go anywhere. I have so many trackers and goal-related stuff in the back of this week's. Like, this is my main planner. So it's nice that this book is working with the Hobonichi Weeks and not kind of against it. So yeah, and then I just have a day per page. So I just write the date. I've been doing timed stuff, and then my priorities for the day, and then my to-do list. And then at the end of the night, if I have things that I'm thinking about potentially doing tomorrow, I'll write a list for tomorrow. But I don't like to start the next day's daily page, because I actually really like to sit down in the morning and have it be a fresh, empty page that I'm starting with. And then on the other side of the page, it's literally just been notes. So on this day, I was writing a paper, and we had to edit an existing Wikipedia page. So I had to actually like keep track of all the words that I was adding. So I was just counting up the word count. I've also been I've been doing a little bit of intermittent fasting. So I've been tracking some information regarding that. And then here's Tuesday. Again, have my like little daily section. Had some notes for a class I was in. She was like making some pretty big announcements. I didn't have my planner open. And I didn't want to write it on a notepad, because as I said, when I write stuff on a notepad, it inevitably disappears or starts to bother me that I have so many loose pages. So I was able to write that stuff on here. I also have a date that it's associated with in this way, right? Because sometimes on a notepad, you just write information down. I don't always take the time to write out the date, but when I'm adding it to a page that is already existing, it's automatically associated with a date, which is nice. And then these were some notes that I had taken from that 10 o'clock class about a paper we have to write and potential celebrities that you could write that paper on. I had written a little bit about the back pain that I'm currently experiencing, and then my little tracker for the health stuff, which I didn't eat actually after 8 that night. And didn't have any sweets. I know that for sure. Okay. So then again, same thing on Wednesday. Started off with the time stuff, priorities, to-do list. At the end of the day, I had a tomorrow list. And then was writing some information down about a paper I was writing. Like, it's really simple. It's super simple. This is today, by the way. I've been outside of the house all day. I wrote this in the morning. I left my road test at 10 a.m. I went straight to my friend's house, and I was there all day. Just got home and I'm filming now, so the page is pretty empty. I do have to write a paper later this evening, so it'll probably fill up a little bit. But even if that was just it for the day, that's okay. I would flip to the next page, which would be Saturday and Sunday. So yeah, this is just, it's working for me. I'm really happy about it. I don't feel as crammed. I feel like I have space. I feel like everything is getting onto paper, and paper that is organized instead of, again, loose leaf papers or sticky notes that are just scattered around. It feels nice. I've been really enjoying it. And there's something about, like, you guys know I talked about it in my last video, that I was thinking about switching into a personal size and just having issues. And I was having issues because something wasn't feeling right. And I was like craving change because I was feeling cramped. So in this way, I'm still sticking true to what I know works for me, which is the Hobonichi Weeks. I love it. But I've also found a way to add in an additional thing that is reducing my stress and working as a useful tool. And they can work in tandem. I don't know how long I'll use this for, if I'm being honest, because once school ends, I won't really have as much going on, you know? I won't have time with things happening every day. I won't have due dates going on. I'm so excited for that time period in my life, but I don't know if this will stick around. I will have to be studying for my LSATs, but I don't know what that will look like, how much day-to-day planning that will entail. So yeah, this is what I'm using for now. I'm really enjoying it, and this is the cover that I'm using, and this is my planning system. I do still have that pocket Louis Vuitton rings that I had talked about. Let me grab that. So here's the little pocket Louis Vuitton that I was talking about. It does float around. I don't consider it a planner. Like, I just don't, because it's a glorified notebook. Majority of the pages in here are notes pages, and it just lives in my purse, and that's how I feel about it. I don't actively use it to plan anything. So when it comes to my planning system, the things that are in rotation that I'm using all the time, currently it is my B6 Sapunto, currently it's my B6 Stalogy and my Hobonichi Weeks, and I'm really enjoying it. If you have any questions, let me know down below. If you use a Stalogy, also let me know how you use it, because it is a blank notebook. You can use it for whatever you want. But yeah, thank you for hanging out and chit-chatting with me. Also, if your planner system has changed in the past year, let me know how it's changed and why it's changed. I'd love to know. Anyway, I will catch you guys next time. I hope that you guys have a great evening. Before you head out, please take a second to like and subscribe. It would be greatly appreciated, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.